Okay, everyone. All right. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again in Space Engineers. Let me modify the time of day here. We get some nice light. So, I have not been totally unproductive. I know a lot of people think, I get to the streaming like nothing happens afterward. So I've looked at this already and I've decided, I kind of want this track system over here to do the same thing as this track system, where it's kind of facing downward. I just need to kind of level it a little bit more. But one of the things I've also been doing, and this guy is going to be up here. Y'all know I got the Bobcat up here. I'm going to have to do like a updated version of the Bobcat at some point, where I update this entire design and get it running and everything. This is a nuclear powered truck, pretty much. This here is the gas powered replacement of it. And the idea here is to provide kind of a gas powered, like I said, basically a gas powered replacement. It does have a some stuff. I'm still trying to figure out where to put things like the uh, the piston to lift this thing up with, and I've got extra tires in the back to replace one of the tires. But this thing here is a lot smaller, a lot more nimbler, and cheaper to produce than this. Put it like that. Also, this runs on a generator. It's using the new gas turbine in the back of it. Or well, no, it's not using that. It's using the old gas turbine, so I got more room. But it's basically the same thing as the original Bobcat. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to call this. Still has seating for six, and you can take the seats out and mount a turret on the back. And because of the design of this, the turret is actually much easier to mount and doesn't get in the way of things because it's up higher. So a little bit, just a newer thing that's being done. And I just thought I'd let y'all see that just to show you that, yeah, Badger does things in his spare time. There's a lot of things I do in my spare time while I'm working on this. But yeah, so what we're doing here today is I'm going to attempt to put these tracks downward. I need to first off look at the something. Grexion on here, sup Badger, nice rover. Yeah, thank you very much. But today, one of the things we're looking at this monster. We're trying to get this subtle beast into the realm of possibilities so we can actually make it work. So I'm going to try and do this with this first and figure out, because we got some of these wheels that are just offset. We need to get this thing to, kind of working a little bit better than what it is. It's not totally in the best condition at the moment. So I'm just going to hop right here into this turret. We're going to be out here for a second so I can see what I'm doing. We're going to go into K. Renegade Bundy there. Hello. Yeah, hey man. Not much. We're just working on this nightmare again, trying to get it to work. Let's see. I believe that's right front axle. Let's see if I can get that going a different direction here. Okay, that's going up. It should stop at some point. Okay. See where that goes. How low will it go? Okay, that kind of leveled out a bit. Let's hit a little more there. All right, we can only go to 3. Let me reverse this real fast and see what that does. Nothing. Okay, so let me set that value to 0. And what happens if we set this value to 0? That's rotor displacement. Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong there. Okay, that's going up. That's at 0. Okay, so if we set these limits to 0 here, that's going to be exactly where it needs to be. The problem is with the torque. So let's reverse this here again. I'm going to have to do this with each one, I think. That's going nowhere. Let's get about an 18 angle. Okay, and reverse. All right, so now let's just, okay, that's getting pretty good. Let's go 4, 5, 24, 76. Let's reverse. See what it does here. Reverse again. Okay, so there's our heavy. There's a little bit right there. Okay, now let's drive this thing for a second. And I want to see what happens when that hits like a bump. Actually, that's what we'll do. Oh, that big heavy piece of armor right there is just effing with us. It's a slow lumbering beast. That's what it's doing. But I got to remember all these settings because then I can use the settings for later. We are still just rolling forward. We have so much armor. I'm going to have to modify that heavy armor on there to give us a little bit. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Okay. I need to go into the wheels here and give them just a bit more power, so to speak. Jack that up to about 75. That should do it. Let's see if that doesn't help with. Ah, there we go. Yeah, doing better now. Doesn't turn fast. But what I want to see is if I can get the strength to a point or the torque. Oh yeah, that kind of lifts a bit. And that's a little bit lifting right there. That is lifted slightly. Let's drive it back and try that again. Yeah, see, it's pushing down. Yeah, see, that front end is moving now. So we've got some good movement right there. It's got good torque. And the back end is moving up and down as well. So we got some good strength there. Let's go back in. Let's go back to that skid right there. What is that? The right front right axle. Okay, let's look here. We've got velocity on there, and I haven't really given this a very tall upper limit. Let's give that like a 19 there, and let's reverse that and see what happens. Okay, that's interesting. I don't like that. Let's put that down there. All right, there we go. Now, uh, here's the fun part. Let's see what happens when I set velocity to 0. I just want to see what happens when this thing hits. Oh, we just lost a piece of our undercarriage. And what's happening is the velocity is not resetting it. So we're going to need some velocity in there. This is why we do this these little things here. That's why we're doing these little things. Okay. All right. What do I want the velocity at? Let's put it at a 1. There we go. That'll push it. So we're going to have some velocity pushing down. We're just going to have to work probably on. See, the tracks are going to move just a little bit. See, they'll come up. We need the back tracks to push down as well. So that'll give us our mammoth tank look when that tread goes over a specific deal. We don't have that with the other ones. We have it with this one. So yeah, so we've got a pretty stable kind of run here. Now, hold up. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. And our next track is going to be the right one. Now, on this, we have the velocity set to 1. We have the torque set to 763. Lower limit is 19, negative 19. Let's go ahead and make that negative 18 just for giggles. Just for giggles. And okay, so that'll help us out. So other axle, let's go ahead in here and we're going to what was it? Let's say 700 straight across the board. Let's do this at 700. See if that doesn't help. No, 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 no. 700. That's what we want. Is that going to work? Okay, that did not work. That didn't help. Okay, let's go back here. And let's see what I say. 760. Let's try that. Doesn't seem right. Ah, that's where we messed up. I'm about to play this by all right, 728 there. Let's go to this one. And because I set it to 700, I didn't realize it had like all this other crap on here. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna go to about 720 if I can. 728. Let's see. Now I'm gonna set I want to say I want to set the lower limit. All right. Do that at 18. Let's see if this doesn't help here. If we can replicate what we just did. Set that to negative 18. And velocity to 1. All right. Let's see if it worked. Reverse. Oh, that's the right left axle. Rear left. What the frick? I mislabeled all that crap there. So there's the left front. Okay, okay, okay. That's the rear left. I should have modified that one. We're gonna modify that now. Because dear Lord, that's not gonna help us at all. That is just not gonna help us at all. Good call for calibrating the center of mass on things from Renegade Bundy. Blast door blocks are also good for adjusting center of mass. Renegade Bundy, true. That's from Grexion about the blast door blocks. Renegade Bundy, I think weight wise, artificial mass blocks are heaviest, then blast doors and heavy armor blocks are. Well, I was thinking heavy armor would have to be done, but it looks like what it looks like I'm going to be able to do here. I'll put it all at the same deal. I think what I'm going to be able to do is just apply some constant downward pressure, which is what a spring tension does, what a shock absorber does. Because I was afraid I was going to have to do like actual shock absorbers. And then velocity, we set that to a 1. That's going up. We're going to just reverse that there. There's enough torque to push down, but not enough to lift the entire frame. That's where we're wanting to go to. And that's enough to move it. So we're going to do the same thing here. Torque, I'm going to run this down to about 720. If I can hit it. There we go. 728.01. Velocity, we're going to set that to a 1. Lower limit, I'm going to set that to a -18. Upper limit, 18. I'm going to reverse this. Okay. Now let's see what happens now. You can see it kind of moves, but now it's pushing itself back down. We have shock absorbers, ladies and gentlemen. It's making the tank. Now the front ones, I think I'm going to need just a little bit more. Let's drive off here, off the side. I'm probably going to need a little bit more torque in the front. Let's see how it works in the... Yeah, see, it's now just rolling. You see the whole treads. That's what I was going for, was I wanted all the treads to move up and down. Now we can translate this later to the new system. Let me stop this here. And we're going to go in, where is it? All right. Let me give this just... Oh, well, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to do this by eye. There we go. We'll do that one there. Let's see, it's a 1.4. And then on the front here, we'll push this up again to 1.4. Let's see how that works. It's still letting the front end of that tank go down. We're not getting enough force to push it. But the chassis is doing what we want it to do. Let me see. How's the front of the tank looking? Well, we hit something, but it didn't do the damage I thought it was going to do. Let's move her back here. As you see, the tracks just kind of move up and down, and that's what we're wanting. I can't wait to take this. Let me see here. Grexion here. I should probably continue my major project if I want to be done by Christmas. Yeah. If you're going to get projects done, now's the time to do it. So what we've got here, we've got the treads kind of doing what we want. We did kind of bust a hole right in there. So let me let me hop out here for a second. Okay, let's hop on out here. And who has a whopping dent? That's not telling me anything I need to know. Let's go ahead and here we're gonna grab a character tool. I hope you guys enjoy the little deal with me and Gomer tomorrow. We're going to be adding more people to it. I've got 5 episodes of it done with one single run. So for a show, it's actually pretty cheap to do. Okay, that's pretty rough. That's a decently rough area. Let's try going over it. Let's try to just drive over it without killing the tank, or without hitting it. So I don't know. It might need a little bit more, but the tracks are doing it. I love how the thing just kind of maneuvers. All right, let's kind of hit this fast and see what happens here. Yeah, we're hitting so hard. There's not enough force. Like the heavy armor is in, like where are we getting the heavy armor impacts? Okay, that's impacting there. That's where the impact is happening at. It's happening right there. It's looking like I might need to take the wheels here. And we're going to give them just a tad more strength than what they've got. Come now. Damn it, game. Come on. There we go. Let's take the strength to 15. All right, let's put the parking brake on here. Oh, let me out. Let's go fix this. Because we got to figure out how this is all going to go together. Now let's see what we're missing here. I think I'm missing some pieces right in this area. Let's go ahead and add those real quick. Because I'm going to have to really figure out how this is all going to go together soon. And we might as well troubleshoot these problems now. All right, so I moved this up to 15, I think, is what we've added. 15 more strength to the deal. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's working pretty good. Let's fall back here. The tracks are independently suspensioned, so that's working good. It's working good. Ah, look at that. A little more strength and this thing can actually roll good. And the system moves. I love how the tracks are moving on this. It's running great. I love how they're operating. It's also stabilized the top of it really well. Oh, we hit it again and it just tore right into it. So you're gonna have to be careful driving this thing into something. For some reason, it's not destroying the wheels, though, I don't think. Let me look here at what's happening. Let's see. Is the wheels damaged? I don't see any damage to that. I think it's just this little component right here in front is doing some type of damage. I can't tell. Yeah, that ain't been damaged at all. So let's see what happens if we put just that there, and we just don't mess with it. Plus, it could also be the heavy armor that I've got going on there. But she's a big tank. Go, high speed. See, it's not hitting the other wheel, so my guess is it's probably something to do with the armor hitting right there. Which can be a problem. Oh yeah, it rolls pretty good. Holy crap. I'm liking this. Whoops, wrong way. Now we are going to limit the speed, okay? We are going to limit the speed of this monstrosity. Oh, something broke there that time. All right, let's take a look at the damage. What did we damage? What got hurt? All right, let me look here. Early diagnostics. Nothing there damaged. There got damaged. That's weird. Blocks aren't damaged, but this spot right here is just taking a beating. I'll have to slow the tank down. We'll slow the tank down to a specific speed while we're doing that. I think it's the suspension not being able to absorb the impact. Probably. Probably. It could be that. Let's give it a bit more strength to the wheels, because that's never gone bad for me before, giving strength to a subgrid's wheels. I mean, the last time I did that was with the Mastiff, and that thing just whipped around there and punched me right in the face. So let's see what happens when we add just a little bit more strength. Let's just go straight up 20 here. There we are. Now this could be good. This could be bad. It could just decide, screw it. We're gonna go. It could decide to just flip out and start hitting me in the face. I'd prefer that not to happen. Let's go ahead and add this here, because if we can get it to absorb the shock and not get damaged right there, that'll be awesome. What, something on fire? Maybe all the extra armor that's on there too. That may be giving me a bit of a problem as well. Let's go ahead and rebuild this back. Okay, now let's go ahead and add some ramps back here. Number 3. And that's just a low-level ramp too. All right, let's see how this works. We're going to get a little bit of speed going here. Once again. Hopefully. Let's see here. How's this thing looking? Oh, we need to come over to the side here, don't we? Let's come back over this way a little bit. That way we don't hit the original. Some speed going. See if the new impact. Oh, I just took it out again. Damn. Hold up now. Let me try something. I think I have an idea here. Let me look here. Here's an idea. -2. Okay, that was a bad idea. All right, there's that one. All right. This should get knocked back, but it should respawn quicker. There we go. We're charging backwards here. All right. It's hitting there. Let me try and put that same set of armor here because it may just be the sheer weight of that armor right there. I also want an extra layer of armor right there just in case. And all right, let's go ahead and fix that little ramp we have over here. Oh, it's been battered pretty good. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's when it hits, it is doing some damage now. All right. Let me see if I can just increase the strength just a little bit more. Actually, I should just go across there like this so I can see whether or not it's just the heavy weight of that armor. Because I could just space that armor out and it'll make it work good. All right, let's get going. Damn near full speed. Whoop, and we lost a track. All right, let's look here and see the damage we've got going on. So did it take it out? No. Okay, that's interesting because that means it's the weight right here. So if I turn this into a space armor chassis right here, I won't have that much of a difficulty. And of course, we've got the back end of this thing just ripped the entire back end off. So that's an issue. All right. Yeah, that picked up, dropped in. We're gonna also probably limit the speed on this thing so it's not going crazy fast. Anyway, let's look here. Rexion, by the way, Badger, are you curious as to what I'm cooking in Space Engineers? I am not going to make a guess on that. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised when I see it. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. So, let's see. What was it we did? We took all of these units. Let's go in here. All right, let's go into K. And we'll have to put that new stuff into this stuff. First off, we've got to do There we go. And I think we can do this all at once, or some of this all at once. Lower limit is, I believe, -18 is what we went with. Upper limit is straight up 18. All right. We'll undo rotor lock here. All right, we'll do that. And then the front ones, we're going to push them, what was it, 1.4, I think? Or, and over here, 0.4. And then let me hop out of here for a second because I need to be able to see which one of these gets kind of weird. So you're building a turret you can climb in to from the side. No, I'm building a turret I can climb into over the top and then climb down into the tank. I mean, it's going to be pretty, like I said, this is going to be a pretty expansive tank. It's going to be huge. It's going to dwarf the other tanks that are over there. And we're using the skid steer system because that's actually working. Okay, let's go back in here since now I can see what I'm doing. And RF track, let's go ahead here. Velocity of 2, what that does. So I think this needs to be, or whoa now. -2. All right, that's working out. Let's see how this one goes. I believe this needs to be velocity of 2. Nope, 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 nope. We need to reverse that. Reverse. Boom, check that out. That's actually kind of low, but all right. And then velocity of 2. There we go. That's what the tank's going to look like when it gets ready to drop. Now let's hop out of here. And we're going to affect the speed limit a little bit on this. Copy. I'm going to take this thing over here. Drop it from there, which should have been enough to break it, but okay, it's not. It's not going to break. Okay. Ow. Ow. I got slammed pretty good. Oh, those are pushing down pretty hard. May need to modify that torque a little bit. Eh? What's happening here? Unable to park. Unable to move this darn thing too, apparently. Do I not have this thing all right, let's walk around here. I bet I don't have the programmable block set up. Good God. All right. Let's do it. Let's get the skid steer. It's down here at the bottom. No, that's Pam. Skid steering. Check code. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so we need all of this. in here. And I need it to hook up to this. And we need all of that in a section called Deer, I believe. I think that's how that works. We're going to find out. And no, that's not what it's going to take. Let's go back to that programmable block, ladies and gentlemen. What did we mess up? What did we mess up? One of these here. Well, something's not working. All right, I have 4 programmable blocks there. Now, come on. Nothing there. No. No. What in the world? Looks like I'm getting out. Take a look at this. Okay, it's there. Okay. Let's see. I think I got to put a comma up here. Okay. Let's recompile. Run. Still nothing. Okay, what was I supposed to do again? I bet I have to do double italics probably. Or whatever, or quotation, double quotation marks, whatever the hell that's called. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Still nothing. What am I missing? I've got the wheels. I'm gonna check up here. Maybe I don't need the italics. That could be the problem. I'm gonna look over. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm trying to do this on my own. Delete that one. Delete that one. That. All right, there we go. That should do it. There she goes. Morgan Trial, hi y'all. Renegade Bundy, hello. Hello, Morgan Trial. How you doing? We're just sitting here working on this mammoth tank. So far, it's working pretty good. Other than a few general hiccups, it's doing quite well. It's working. It's working. Let me see about the strength we have this on. Let's try to bring it down to about 7.6 and down to about, what the heck? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't need to mess with that. Why am I messing with that thing? It's my safety detachment. Let's do that. I don't want to F with that. Why are we effing with that? I don't know. That's a little too. That's too little. Let's see, 1-1. Let's get it to about 1-1 here. There we go. Now we go forward. The tracks kind of come up a bit. Check that out. Now I just need to take the strength on all the wheels and jack that up a bit. What did I set that strength to again? 20, I think it was. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's way smoother. Also, while I was at it, I kind of gave this thing a little more power, but we'll see what happens. There we go. The Mammoth is turning now. Well, let's drive her over here and see what happens. Oh yeah, check that out. Every one of those just being an independent little steering system right there. Every one of them just independently doing its own thing. Yes. Yes. This is exactly what I want. Now, the problem is hitting this a little too fast, we start tearing into the one deal. Now we are going to put some heavy armor on the front sections of this, but it's operating quite well. It's operating quite well. I kind of want to set this tank up there on that little post so that we have everything where it needs to go at the moment. We're going to delete that entire one. So I can strap this giant monstrosity onto the top of it. Okay, gotta get out of this tank though. Oh no, I'm stuck in the tires. Oh no, I don't know where I am. All right, all right. Pull this thing out here. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. And oop. Um, front. Yep. Let's add that bad boy there. There we go. Now we got the Mammoth right there. She's got all of her tractor set up. We've got to set up the armor on this thing. I think we're going to go a little over, but I'm going to try and space this armor out a bit. We do need to solidify it pretty well. So let's go ahead and solidify this armor slightly. Because, dear Lord, it needs to be. There's that right there. And we're just going to do the same to all of this to an extent. Let's see. Yeah. So we've got this area here has about the similar armor to this. I'm going to modify a lot of this so that the armor looks pretty much the same all around. There's that done. Now then, all I need to do is there we go. That's working out. Let me see what we got here. Slaps roof on tank. This bad boy can flatten whole city blocks just driving through them. Bro, this thing is denting the area I've got here just by rolling on it. Renegade, that was Morgan Trial. Renegade Bundy just now needs some over armor on the tracks. That's what we're going to be working on right now. We're going to be making that look pretty. We'll make these tracks look good. They need to look good. Because this is a freaking tank. This is the tank to end all tanks right here. Okay, let's see what I can do here with this. I think what we're going to do. Let's do this. And we're just going to add a little armor here. Just to give it a bit more of a look. This may not look like a lot right now, but I have a plan, Arthur. It's a pretty good one. Don't worry, Arthur, I got a plan. What's the plan, Dutch? It's a good plan. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is a little different here. Let's go ahead and rip this out because we're going to need this on the outer side. I think I'm going to just strap one straight run right through here. And I'm going to add this all through there. And then we'll do the, we'll do this nonsense here. There. That's going to be interesting. Let's just go with a straight up angle here. And then I can go like that. Oh, that's diabolical. That is diabolical right there. I said I wanted a tank with armor, and we're going to get it. Oh, that's some thick armor right there. That's some heavy looking armor right there. Now, we are going to throttle this thing. I think throttling the tank is the best way to go because, dear God, that is going to be a ridiculous amount of overkill. What did I do here? Oh, yeah. We had an angle block right there. And a block there. Okay, now. No. No, no, no. Yes. Just like that. So now this is going to have some pretty hefty, heavy, sizable armor. Oh yeah, right there. That's pretty intense right there. And just that level of armor is going to be ridiculous. That thing must be heavier than the T-95 super tank, also known as the Doom Turtle. I'm not sure. I could take a look at this thing, and I don't know. I think Space Engineers gives you a weight classification or something like this. But you look at it right now of how big it is. I'm just gonna basically take this up probably one more on this side, then kind of bring it over, and then just start sloping it slightly on one end, or kind of aggressively. Okay, let's go ahead here. Just start regressing this down and building it up as Super Monster Tank. There we go. There we go. That fixes things. I'll have to put some type of claws on the front of this thing. I swear. That is just going to be needed at this point. Oh yeah, that's some pretty hefty, sizable skirt armor right there for this thing. Make it look good. And then do like a subtle push up on one side while keeping it pretty good on the other. Renegade Bundy easily heavier. Rexium, you can look at the grid mass in info. Let's see what we got so far. Let's see. Where's the grid mass? Here we go. Dry mass is 207,777. Jeez. Wonder what that's in. Hmm. Like that's a dry mass right there. So ain't no telling how. I don't know how heavy that is. That's in kilograms, kilotons, kilopounds. I don't know, not pounds. But that is still one heavy as F tank, and I'm just gonna have to start spacing armor on it. We still got to put a little bit of armor on the either side, and then just kind of space it as we go on. Let's go ahead and get this other one finished. Let's do this. Okay, that's one side. For the other. Right. And let's go ahead and just get this stuff out of the way here on all of it. Wait, did I miss a block here? Why is that one? Oh yeah, that was the problem. Woo! I was about to lose my crap there for a minute. I was about to just start pooping everywhere because I was looking at that thinking, oh no, I have an issue. Fortunately, we ain't got it. Fortunately, things are working out. Eh? There we go. Now we just need to get this side done. Just a couple of tracks there. There we go. Those tracks are finished. And now for this. There we go. We got some serious skirt armor going on in this tank. There we go. That's working. I will have to do something here. I just realized I've got to do something in that area. Oh, there we are. Whoop. Oh, shoot. Pushed the wrong button. Hang on, y'all. All right, I'm back. There we go. Good Lord. Didn't realize it got dark all of a sudden. No. There we go. All right, I do need to put some blocks in here just to make all that match good. There we go. That's looking better every second. It's looking better. there. Um, okay. Why? There we go. Let's see what I did here. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I accidentally put the wrong block in. My bad. Getting late. Took me a minute to get on here because the stinking system turned around and said, "Hey, we have to update," and I'm just sitting there like, "Oh, come now." And then after that update got done, I had another update. So my headset had to update. The system has to update. It was just wild this morning or tonight trying to get on. Okay, so that's looking really good right there. That's looking amazing. So let me think here. We're gonna need at least two high over here, at least on that, like so. It's gonna be a little bit of heavy armor, but I also got to worry about that there. I'm gonna put some spacing armor in there that'll help with that a bit. All right, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go back here. I'll probably make this upper area here probably something a little different. There we are. Now check that out. That's not as much heavy armor as last time. I might could add something on the front here that'll look really good. That'll make it look nice. Let me sit here and Grexion, it's around 207 tons, give or take. Oh, nice. Nice. Renegade Bundy, I just learned the hard way why you don't attempt to attach a large grid gun on a hinge to a small grid hinge. Oh, yeah. Shit goes boom very quickly. Yeah, it does. Mammoth tank looking pretty assembled right now, not gonna lie, from the movies HD. Nice to see you there, the movies HD, everyone that's wanting. Yeah, it is. It's coming together. Now we've actually got the track system to work like it's supposed to. So that's working out pretty good. I might rework this front section. This front part here is going to have to be figured out on the front. But I think that's about as high as I'm going to take this turret, this tank. I'm just going to probably build some defenses around that just to give it a little bit more defense there. And see if I can get these front sections looking pretty. That's what we need them to look like. We need them to look pretty. Because if they don't look pretty, what's the point? Now, looking here, I'd like to run something kind of past this. I think I can. I'd like to. I don't know if I can do that or not. Let's try something subtle here. Here's the fun part. I've got at least two spaces here that can be used to make this look a little bit more intimidating. Now then, what I want to do next is I want to attach some actual armor to the front here. Actually, no, let's not do it like that. Let's do this. Check that out. That's a friggin' intimidating looking front on that tank right there. Now, I think I can go one step further here. This. Get the front of this nightmare just a bit more of a FU kind of look. You see here, number 6. I do love these panel blocks, by the way. This is one of those things that I am so glad Keen added. Booyah, look at that. Looks like it's got a set of two little claws sticking off the front of it. Now, and with that, because those are on the inside, I can actually run that, and we can just run spaced armor all through the top of it. So we're going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and run that spaced armor real quick. We're going to run simple spaced armor. I should be able to do this in mass. This will be kind of spaced in heavy armor, so to speak. Boom, look at that. And then we're going to hide this. Oh, come now. Like so. There, we have some really good armor plating there. And that's just very subtly hidden around the side. I may add some detail blocks later. But yeah, that doesn't look too crazy. And then I could add like a secondary skirt on the side just to give it a bit more mass. But there we go, right there. That's looking really good. Leps is in here. Hey, yo, Leps. I'm doing pretty good. And I see you saying you're tired. Good move, brother. Hope everything is going good. Yeah, it is. The movie's HD. It is. It like I said, it's running pretty good. Once we figured out the suspension, everything else kind of just falls into place. I am gonna try and see if I can't subtly add some extra armor points on here. But that extra texturing right there is just working, and we've got spaced armor, so that when a round hits, it's gonna have a high probability of when it hits this, it's gonna ricochet like straight upward. when it impacts into the front of this thing. So this is going to be a very hard tank to kill. This is going to be one of those things that's like, yep, that's going to be really difficult to take out. Everyone's going to be looking at it on the field like, oh, shoot, where did that come from? We don't like that thing. That looks intimidating. All right, let's get this to work here. And there's my subtlety right there. A little more of that there. All right, we got that figured out. I'm also going to work on the back end here also at some point. I'm not sure how much longer I can go here. It is 12:37, so I've kind of gone a little longer than I wanted to, or that I really should have. Should be the better. That would be the better way of saying this. I really shouldn't have gone as long as I have. Wait a minute, how to do this here? I want to say that I didn't have to do that. I think what I did was I went ahead and just slap those on like that, like so. We did that. And then number 6, probably going to finish up this spaced armor at the very least and finish up the armor plating on this design right here. There we go. Boom. Like I said, that spaced armor makes a big difference. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to do that. Oh, wait. What happened there? What the heck happened? Nothing stuck, and why? Ah, I see what the problem is. I see what the problem is. Oh, no. Okay. That was terrifying for a second. All right, we're going to just take out. Okay. So we must have put that spaced armor in there wrong. I think I need this like so. We're going to just do a test run of it. Yeah, just like that. So that's what we needed right there. Let's go ahead and grab number 6 once more. Oh, hey, I can take the spaced armor all the way up to there. That's wild. Can I? No, I cannot. I don't know why I tried to do that then. Anywho, let's go ahead and finish this up here. Start from there. And we're going to come down just a tad, like so. And we're going to come up here just a bit. Too far there. And then what I want to do is I want to do one more here. The tracks are about finished for the Mammoth. And you see the monstrosity we have sitting here. It looks interesting. It looks solid. Let me remove some weather here so we can have a nice, good final look. Oh yeah, check that out. That is looking intimidating. Now I'm going to do some more carving and some more manipulating this thing at some point, but you can see the overall massive design. It looks thick and heavy, but we're actually running with about half, but not even half. I think we're running with like far less armor than what we normally would. And once this thing is dropped from its deal, it's just going to start driving around and just be a general menace. Let's Need more sleep. Stalled, but saw you streaming. Gonna make a big turret? Heck yeah. Has it custom suspension? Yes. It's got not wheels on rotors, it's got tracks on rotors. So we got four advanced rotors actually controlling this whole thing. I am gonna skirt this one here a little bit more. So it's got some armor plating. I'll come up with something, some kind of design going through there, and I may carve on this a bit. Just kind of, grab some of these blocks and just kind of angle them in a little bit, do a few more angles, just give it a bit more detail going along. We do this outer section here is going to get some detailing as well. And let me check here for a second. I want to see my blocks here. Okay. I could go ahead and I'm looking here. That's almost a complete block outward. I'll see how that's effective. I could put an extra skirt of stuff here. We'll see how that works. I think what I could do though. Okay, let's just grab the tank and drop it. See how it works. Ooh, it's dropped in pretty good. Let's give her a little bit of a test run here. I want to see how this kind of looks when it goes over something. Yeah, check that out. I was just like, yes, yes, we have a mammoth tank. It's big, it's heavy, it looks like a monster. I have no issues now taking this thing and just running it down someone's throat. I'm unable to park. All right, let's hop out of this for a second. I'll take this out down the way and we'll see how it operates. Because I don't want to do this with. All right, she drives pretty good. Not gonna lie, she's big. She's a big girl. All right, let's see how this thing handles going down here on this hill. Because I think what we're going down here, yeah, it's gonna be a nice steep incline. This will be a good way to test it out. Before heading down there, let's go ahead and grab the wheels here. Yes, I know I'm rolling. Let's beef that up to like 70. So I kind of control this thing as it goes down. Oh, we're getting some impacts here. Woo, there we go. Hey, she survived. Check that out. That's going to be one big turret. We're going to have several rounds of freaking railgun ammo hitting something. Going to test it with the rover test world. Yes. John's joints are not vibrating. No, they're not vibrating. This thing has actually worked pretty good. She turns good too, like a tank. It operates just like a tank thanks to skid steer system, and skid steer will let you use its system. So we're going up here. I may have to put I'm going to put a throttle on this at some point so we can throttle it as it attempts to go up things. Just drive it kind of slowly up here. You can see that the tracks just kind of individually move and everything. This is the first time I've done this with these types of tracks, this type of track system. You can see it's just pulling in. It's grabbing and pulling as it goes up the hill. we're slow moving up a hill. But once this thing gets up the hill, it's like, yep, yep, we're good. We're good. And she drives smooth as butter, I'm telling you. Oh, maybe not too smooth. This is why we made another one. I heard something break. Let's take a look at what broke. Ah, our skirt hit something. That's it. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. It's not that big a deal. Let's drive it. I think it'll run good because it's got all its tracks are doing pretty decent. I just don't need it to move too fast. Let's see. Let's ram something with it. So we have a tank. We have a tonk. So let's just find something to hit with it. Let's hit this little thing over here. It's in green. Well, we blew that up. That was awesome. Just send us rolling. The tank just comes in there and just keep rolling, 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 just rolls right over the top of it like it didn't exist. So yeah, we have the mammoth is looking pretty darn impressive. I'm telling you. The fact that I can just run over a small car and basically it's now basically a tank. It is awesome. So yeah, it is going to Hillcrest once the entire tank is complete. We are taking it to Hillcrest. We're going to test this thing out, and we're going to see how it functions when we get it over there. But that's going to require one big, nice turret on this thing as well. I'm finishing up the other tracks, which I will probably do Thursday if I can get it done. Now, as far as the turret is concerned, I've got to come up with a way to get onto the turret from where I'm at. But yeah, the thing I like about this is it can just climb up stuff. Oh, had a little problem there. Now driving up. Yeah, we just ran right over the top of that thing and it just blew up. That is going to become a. That's going to be. I'm going to end up making that a short. Y'all going to get to see that one. That's going to be a short, but probably before I get to bed tonight. That's going to be a short where it just rolls over that thing, just crunch. So I'm going to label it too, crunch. When you build something, when the mammoth is just working perfectly. Look at the size of that thing in comparison. Let's go ahead and let me just move this thing over there. We're going to park it. This is how we're going to end the stream. Is I'm going to park it this version of it right over here next to the Abrams. And you can just see the absolute chonk that this tank has gotten so far. Um, Movies HD, cool, LOL. Yeah, you can see the size of this. At the very end, there is our own one of the Grexion, one of our channel members. He's got the extreme light tank. I'm gonna have to get one of his. He's got one that's like his most updated. It's a very good little light tank. You can see the next one's the Wolverine, which is my hover tank. This one here is the Dawn Star. Probably seen that in Captain Jack. This here is a Abrams design, and you can see if you do a comparison between the Abrams and the Mammoth, we are about the exact size that the Mammoth would be. So we're approaching Baneblade territory build. We're approaching the Baneblade is what we're looking at. New name for the tank, Lechonk. Lechonk. Yes. I wish I could spray paint decals on the side of the tank. I would put some kind of claw system on it and then put like a mouth or something on the front of it, but we can't do that stuff. But yeah, I'll have to go in and do some modifications. The skirt is taking hits, but it's the skirt. It's not gonna do. That's an area it's designed to take hits just in case. And this is one of those things that I'm going to thoroughly upgrade. The actual turret is probably going to be 4 railguns worth of power, or 4 railguns with its own power supply to match that. I'll probably put some batteries on the back. And what that will do is when I need to fire off this main cannon, we'll be able to lock on, just shoot. We'll also have 2 really serious machine guns, which the guys on the side here will be operating. And then I may make it just big enough that I can carry about 6 Mako missiles on it. So when you download this thing and bring it into a fight, you're gonna have about 6 Makos you can launch from this thing. Let me look in here real quick. Did we lose any? We've not lost any of that spaced armor right there. So when this thing takes a frontal hit, it's not. And then the front section of this is just solid. And then we'll do some extra armor plating up here, probably some type of skirt system to make that a little bit harder to hit in the middle. Add that skirt system over here, and then next will be the turret, and we just got to build the turret up. And we need the turret to cover at least this area, but give me enough room in the back that when my guy jumps up here, and let me grab something here and look. Yeah, we'll be. Let's see, what is that like? What is that like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. And we're looking at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should be able to climb up this, grab hold the turret, climb up into the turret, hop into this hatch. There'll be a hatch here that'll open. You'll be able to climb straight down from there into the tank. And then inside the tank, we've got these drop down, the new cockpits. We got those. Let me get over there and let me show you. Let me show you how awesome they are. Like, we've been building this. It's awesome. I don't know. I may go plate one for myself. It's just the good stuff. We've got 2 hydrogen engines running like crazy. Let me think here. I've got a couple of hydrogen tanks sitting here to give power. I'm going to have to modify these here so that when you turn this thing on, the vents open up and they kind of glow red. Then, like I said, this turret's completely independent from everything else. It'll turn, it'll spin. And we can easily get through here. We've got access to medical. We've got these nice little cockpit areas here, which I've got to do some stuff with the screens, add a whole bunch of junk to it. So people can look in there. I may add a few more programmable blocks in here just to add a few more scripts to make it look that much cooler. Why did that not come up right? I need to take that out and fix it, I think. But yeah, like I said, this has kind of come out a little better than I thought. So here we'll have like a couple of systems in which I can activate we can then hit this, activate it, unlock the tracks, and then unlock the turret, or have one that'll close up. It's like engineering will work here, and then you'll have about a 5-man crew, one guy in engineering operating and making sure that the tank operates good like it's supposed to. You'll have 2 side gunners, main gunner, and driver. Like I said, that's how this tank's going to work. But yeah, like I said, you'll be able to just grab this ladder, climb right out, and you're up on top of the turret. There'll be just a thin layer of armor on the top and a very thick layer of armor in the front of this thing as it spins. And as you spin this thing around, you're going to be able to operate 2 turrets. I may put a mouse control script on there so that the cannons can operate like they're supposed to. So when you fire this thing at a target, it's going to just rip right through it. And then we'll have the Makos. We can lock onto something, fire off a Mako. It'll shoot out there and smack a target at a distance. It'll have just a little bit of distance it'll take before it then turns and it sights the target. Okay, yep, target. Let's go kill it. And then it'll fly in and take it out. But yeah, let me read through some of y'all's comments here. Let me pull my character back a bit more though, so you guys can see the tonks, the chunka tonks that we have here. And honestly, you know what? A group of tanks needs to be called a chungus. That needs to be a thing. Grexion here. It's also my second oldest tank, by the way. Oh, cool. Newest is called MT-55 Ramhorn. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to be looking at. Also, Badger, LT and MT on my tank stand for light tank and medium tank. Okay, so you got a medium tank. That's cool. So it's a medium tank. It's not a light tank. It's actually I call it a light tank because it's lighter than the tanks that we currently have right now. I am going to do a tank at some point in time that's official for our particular group. Just like I've got the official stuff, I'm going to have to reskin and I'm going to reskin, redo all of the old units and do them in the RWI orange and black, or not RWA, triple R orange and black. Do that. Um, Leps Le Pew Pew and Leps was Mako the lighter missile you made? Yes. That's the yeah, that's the fighter missile. The Mako is like a I called it the Mako because the US has made a new missile they're calling the Mako, and it's a multi-purpose hypersonic cruise missile. We can mount it to ships, planes, silos, ground, bombers, whatever. It can be fired from those platforms, and then it can destroy all of those platforms, including other missiles, because of its speed and design. So the Mako is just like a multi-purpose missile my faction, the like Triple R will use. That's what Red Rock Raiders uses is the missile platform, and it just you can fire Makos at a target. You can load Makos up on just about any ship. So most of the ships that I'm going to be building from here on out, they're going to have a Mako system in there somewhere. There's going to be a Mako missile somewhere locked onto that thing. So smaller ships, like our fighters, are going to have them. Going to have at least two Makos. One, you got one in the Gladius. I think the Saber doesn't have them, but I'm going to revamp the Saber just a little bit and give it a little bit more, make it look a little cooler. And so like for this thing, I'm going to slap the Makos on it. So they're because it's a good missile. It's very thin, it's very low profile, and you can just pop it right on there, slap it on the side of the tank, and just start chucking missiles at a target. As soon as you get close, you just send a missile their direction, and then hit them with the main cannons. So I mean, very very good, very good, very good. Red Rocket Raiders? No, 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 Red Rock Raiders because it's mostly on because the colors are the MCRN from the Expanse. I just decided, hey, let's just do that. And so I thought, hey, Red Rock, Mars is red. We're gonna call it Red Rock Raiders. So they're just like a pirate group, basically. Grexion here, medium, because it has mixed light and heavy armor. All right, good, good. So you're kind of trying to make a composite system, I guess. Grexion again here. I know the U.S. made a Phoenix Missile 2.0 recently by taking a surface to air missile from a destroyer and bolting it to the F-15. Yes. The difference between the Mako is the Mako, I don't know if it has any has an actual warhead. I think it just kills something with kinetic energy. That's all it does. It's just a kinetic impact. Labs, I hope you don't encounter any male dogs. Oh, misheard. I don't know what you misheard. And I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing there. And also tomorrow, I started up a small little deal, survival series that we're doing where it's kind of I got some mods I think work really well for a pirate run. We've got grapple turrets, we got grapple guns for ships, grapple guns for our guys. Been messing around with the grapple gun for our guys. Didn't realize we had that just automatically. Great little mod to have. To just strap a shoot out a little strand and then just pull yourself onto a ship instead of having to use that. You can actually jump around and do some pretty tactical stuff with it. It's a pretty tactical little mod if you know what you're doing with it. On top of that, we also have the grabby mod where you can grab stuff, pick it up, and move it, and then get from point A to point B. Those track connectors are deliciously vulnerable. Yes. Who is playing with you? I don't think anyone's playing with me actually. Oh, for the one deal, right now it's Gomer is playing with me, Gomer Kyle, and we both got on and got to mess with it. I've got enough. stuff there for like 5 episodes, and I've already got the episodes uploaded. I'm just doing thumbnails, and I thought, screw it, this time I'm gonna try and use Grok. And I've used Grok AI for the thumbnails just so I can get something a little more flashy to look at it. Also, I'm poor, so I don't have the money to hire an artist. So go figure. that's the that's one of the reasons why I'm using the Grok. The other reason is I'm trying to get some really cool stuff, and I'd like to learn some AI a little bit more and mess with it a bit. Just because having a skill, it's here, it's not going anywhere, guys. You might as well learn how to operate it. Kind of see a way I can make this look a little chunkier. I'm gonna have to look into doing later. But anyway, yeah, for the connectors right there, I am gonna do some skirts in between that to give him a little bit more armor, so they're gonna be a lot harder to hit. So yeah, don't worry about that. And I am planning on more people joining. But I got to thinking about it later. I thought, you know what? I've been wanting to do machinima crap for a while. I'm probably gonna do like a small cinematic thing and maybe make a custom special mission on another map, and then me and Gomer are gonna find a way to introduce some more people into the whole survival thing. Right now, I'm running it on my PC, so and we're trying to see how this thing runs on the PC. So, and then I don't know if it comes down to it, and Gomer's got the time. That's the thing. He is when you do something like this, and part of it's dependent on some other person. You've got to consider their schedule. And Gomer's schedule right now, it's the holidays. He's probably getting to that point where they're going to slow down, but they're trying to keep everything running for the holidays at the moment because he does line work, and he's cool at that. I think he's got his own channel too now. So if y'all want to go check it out, you can. I think it's Gomer Kyle Gaming. And that's one of the things we're doing there. I've also got the Cleared Hot series coming out every month, or not every month, every Monday during the week. And then the way I'm setting up the live stream, that's going to come out or not the live stream, the stream is going to come out every Wednesday, and then Tuesday and Thursdays y'all going to get live streams. Um, Friday I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm running out of tricks to do. I may just do ship reviews on Fridays from now on out because unless I find something that I can do with it, what color am I going to paint it? I don't know. I might put that in the deal and let y'all vote on it because y'all got to get more. I got to get y'all into these into this a little bit more. Go over here and remove this crap one more time. Good God, it has to rain all the time. But yeah, I may just have you guys vote on what should be done with this, what colors it should become. And I don't know. I think I am going to make a concerted attempt when I finish this. I'm going to try and finish it quick, but do it right. Let me see here. Let's one more here. That feel when people you play with have a life and can't play whenever. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've got other people that want to play, but they have scheduling issues as well. So I'm trying to find a way to get everybody on board at the same time, and that's a difficult thing to get done sometimes because sometimes that just doesn't work. It doesn't work out the way you want it to, and that's not their fault. I'm asking them to join up. I mean, basically, what I'm doing is I'm asking them to kind of take their life on hold for a minute and come over and play Space Engineers with me, and I can't expect them to just do that all the time. So we're coming up with a way to do it. I think we've got a scheduling working, but what I want to do is I decided real quick, me and Gomer have first on there, and it's like the first couple of episodes, there's 5 of them. Mostly we're trying to deal with hunger and get the current ship we got. We start a base at some point. I'm gonna have to figure out that base while I got it. So I got about 5 weeks before I have to really consider making more videos. And I think what we're gonna do in the meantime is I'm gonna get together with the guys that are gonna come in, and we're gonna see about a way to introduce them. Maybe have more people. Try to get a pretty good, decent run, and I kind of want to get something going like uh, Colony Lost used to be, or Colony Wars, or something like that. Just a little bit of cinematics here and there, a little bit of backstory, start some lore for the faction, and just go from there. And probably bring some other factions into the universe. I've got other projects I'm working on top of that. I've got one project I've been working on that has so far just taken off. I think I got past a hurdling point at one point with it, and it just took off. And so that is going to be coming out. At least I got what I wanted out of it and what I think is needed to make it successful. I just have to somehow figure out how to get it out there because it's something I've never done before. So it's not video related. It's just something I've looked out there and seen. I've wanted it. Some people in the community have wanted this. And I finally reached a point where I said, you know, F it, I'll do it myself. I got tired of waiting on somebody else to do it. So that there is going to be the fun one as well. But anyway, folks, yeah, thanks for joining me on Tuesday here. I'm gonna head out. It's 1:08, and I'm gonna just go ahead and get some sleep. Tomorrow morning, probably get up, look over some stuff, and try to see what I can do from there. I am doing some building stuff, like I said, for for the survival run, and we're gonna see what's happening. That's called A Pirate's Life. So, like I said, the first 5 episodes are already uploaded. Two of them are already done. So tomorrow that'll be up at 11 U.S. Central Time, where I'm at. I'm in Missouri, close to Chicago, just right over there. And the second one will be up the Wednesday after that. So there's going to be a lot more content coming out. And another thing, as I'm leaving out of here, just letting y'all know, you can support the channel very easily. That a lot of YouTubers. I tell people, if you're going to do it for me, do it for other YouTubers as well. You can like, comment, subscribe to the channel, so you know everything. Hit the bell for notification. But also, like I said, a lot more content coming out, and you're going to see me get kind of ahead on things. There's going to be content just getting stacked up. There's going to be a big backlog starting. That's what I'm attempting to do. And nothing on the channel is locked. But if you want to see it early, 99 cents a month, and this is the running joke now. Uh, the channel runs on Dr. Pepper because usually I'm just sitting here at night drinking Dr. Pepper for the caffeine so I can stay up here and just keep rambling with y'all while I sit here and do stuff. I don't like fall asleep on stream. That's going to be funny if that ever happens. But anyway, if uh, if you want to really help out the channel and you want to get some, want to get ahead of everything that's going on and binge, I have all the content up here for members only until it is scheduled. Once it reaches the schedule, y'all can see it. But if you want to support the channel, you are more than welcome to go over there, drop 99 cents in a month. It's less than $1. Like I said, gets me a soda. It really does help the channel out. It has really helped over the last couple of months. Like I think we've got about 4 or 5 subscribers. I'm not going to, 4 or 5 members. I'm not sure. I'm going to check. I'm going to do a members video where I go out there and or I'm going to do something at the end of one of our videos where I just thank everybody. Probably at one of the ship review videos. I'm probably just going to do a thank you to the current members that are on there. So you guys get to see who's up there. That's another perk I'm going to add on there. Anyway, like I said, it helps me out. You guys get to see all the content early and just binge it. Right now, if you jump on the membership, you can binge my entire cleared hot playthrough. And let me tell you, that is one heck of a game right there. Playing it. Someone was watching it today and they said, wow, this would look really good on a handheld. And I'm like, I think it can be played on a Steam Deck. I don't know. Or some type of jailbroke emulator console, handheld emulator. You can probably play it on that if you've got the graphics card to do it. But yeah, like I said, you can watch that, and yeah, that's about it. Let me see here. Prepared Viking here. You must kind of red color. I gotta do some type of red color. Um, like I said, yeah, we might do a red color. I don't know. I'll look up some of the paint schemes for the Mammoth, and you guys will just get to vote on them. That's what I'll do. Probably put the voting up tomorrow. I'll also need to do some research on the Mammoth to see what other types of colors, because I know there's been a few colors on it, and then you guys will get to just check them out and look. But anyway, like I said, it is 112 where I'm at. Movies HD says good night, everybody. Yeah, good night, man. I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for being on the stream tonight. Really helps out. Oh 07 from Leps. Thank you very much. Good night. And like I said, as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.